Oh my god, you actually clicked on. Oh, I actually didn't prepare for... Oh. Oops. Actually, welcome to the app. Yeah, actually, welcome back to Truly Yours. Stay a while. Last time we worked on bringing original character portraits to life. This time we're raising the stakes. Followers sent in their villain OCs, and I decided to challenge myself to bring some real edge with these redraws. I mean, let's be real. Sometimes our villain OCs have all the menace of someone waiting in line at the D&D.
Resonate with anybody? Just vibe checking. I don't really know who my audience is yet.
Still come with me as I try to conceptualize more intimidating, menacing villains through your OCs. First, we have Starro Campbell, sent in by Saturn. Can we just give a moment for that name? That is an awesome name. We'll get into her story a little later into the drawing, but first I want to take a look at the original art and figure out what direction I want to go in. The pose immediately feels kind of intimate to me, so I'd like to lean into that. And obviously can't tell her expression behind the mask, but the mask feels almost strained in a way. So I'd like to go into a more strained, emotive face. I'm not sure what she's straining from. Maybe pain, maybe sadness, maybe frustration. We'll see. And I'm going to lean into this dark red, brown color scheme. I think it lends itself very well to a villain character. Okay, let's start. The sketch focused on that unbalanced, leaning in composition to create unease. At least that's what I was going for. The key was the expression, trying to balance that humanity of her smile with the unsettling, fixed grin of the mask. This character design is all about duality to me. Speaking about this character, she has a very compelling backstory. Saturn was kind enough to tell me that the reason she wears a mask is because when she was younger, she got into an horrible, terrible car accident that wrecked her jaw permanently. Well, it wrecked her entire face, but mainly her jaw. And so when she turned 18, after years of relentless bullying, she decided to wear the mask for good and just never take it off. On top of that, if that wasn't bad enough already, her father unfortunately passed away. Her father, whom I'm assuming she was very close to, as Saturn also says her father loved stargazing, which is the reason for the star motif on her mask. I'm not really sure why this was included in the story, but just for you to know and for me to know, I suppose, she has the same hair color as her mother. And that is all I know about Starro Campbell. Saturn, if you're watching this, please feel free to drop more lore in the comments. And on the topic of lore dumping, if you're going to send in your OC, I would appreciate if you did add a bit of backstory or information about them. One, to help me draw them better. It's easier for me to go for what kind of pose or expression they'd wear if I know something about their personality and what colors to use, or if you tell me what colors they like or something. But more than that, I'm just a bit nosy. So, I would like to know. Thank you. I used a dramatic overhead lighting setup. The way the light falls is meant to make the chilling realization for her and the viewer that this is who she is now. It's the moment she fully steps into her villain identity. I tried to use shadows to deepen the expression of the mask, or her face, or her mask. This is Starro Campbell, reimagined or redrawn. I'm happy with the hair, colors, and the overall mood. However, I think I get lost on visual clarity in the rendering process. A recurring challenge I'm working with. The lighting, though, actually creates negative moments, I think. Next is Big Sis from the creator Inikiki5. You can find all these users, by the way, on TikTok. This is where all these OCs that I've drawn so far are from. In her universe, she is in the Mafia. However, I was not told that much more about her backstory, only that nobody really knows her name because everybody calls her Big Sis. Very ominous. With the sketch, I aimed for a cold, calculated, collected, mature demeanor. Less erratic energy, more poised threat. The pose, I tried to go for confident and still, suggesting she doesn't need to move wildly to be the most dangerous person in the room. A key part of her villain design. I should probably talk about my technique or lack thereof when I'm rendering or drawing in general. As you can see, my sketches are a mess. I don't care much for sketching, as I've already said, nor do I care much for line art. I, again, think that's a scam, so I don't do either much or at all. Just use the sketch to tell me where things should be and what lines need carving out, which I later do with color. I do a technique called underpainting, which is where you paint under the sketch, and then I just use deeper colors, lighter colors to emphasize lines and add definition instead of using line art. This works better for me, mainly because I couldn't be bothered to make pretty lines. I don't understand the point. But again, if you want me to talk more on that, just let me know in the comments. I tried to keep to the colors, but softened and kneaded them into a more elegant palette. In truth, I think I kind of lost the villainy aspect with this one. All of the redraws, this has got to be the one that I think I captured any sense of edge or villainy the least. But let me know. And this is Big Sis. I'm pleased with the colors, I suppose. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm not really thrilled with what I did with this one. I do think the colors work pretty together, but I wasn't going for pretty. I was going for evil and menacing. So there's probably gonna have to be a part 2 of this video because I don't think I captured villainy properly. This final OC is from this person. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. I think I had a stroke, honestly. But this character's name is Sugio. I tried to reach out to the creator to get more big backstory and insights. As you can see, the sketch doesn't tell me nearly enough about what I'm supposed to be drawing, or rather what I should be coloring. So I was worried for a second that I'd have to go on my own understanding, and from what I got was that he was very expressive, very erratic, and the type of villain he was very unpredictable. However, thankfully the creator did get back to me in time before I completely finished drawing, and echoed some of the sentiments, which was that he was in fact very expressive. Thank you for capturing that so well in the original art. However, I was not told much else about his backstory. I was, however, told that he, 1, had brown hair, 2, had purple spirals for pupils, and sharp, so light-like eyes. And I was also told that he was very androgynous looking, so I'm thinking pretty boy crazy vibes, which sounds very exciting to draw. I'm also a very big fan on the crazy looking pupils. Anyways, let's go. For all of these redraws, I wanted to stick pretty closely to the original expression. I think they capture a lot of what the original artists were trying to go for. So I leaned into that exaggerated expression, and I wanted to get as close as possible so you could at least see his eyes. So I went for a more close-up pose, while still trying to keep some dynamicness. So I'm not sure if you saw in the beginning, but I really struggled with that hand. It was looking rough. In the end, though, despite me getting tired and kind of giving up, it came out fine. So, I decided, mistake or not, to go with a warmer color palette. I thought it would add to the frenzy feeling that I was trying to capture. However, again with this one, I will say he just kind of looks pretty. The drawing kind of looks pretty. Do you get villain vibes? I don't know, you'll have to tell me. The hair looks cohesive, though I did try altering the method slightly with all of these drawings. If you notice anything different, do tell me which hair you prefer. And honestly, all 3 of these videos, and all 6 of these OC redraws so far, just so that I know what direction maybe to lean into more, though I wouldn't be surprised when I finally do that hair study, I go completely off script. And this is Sukio. This was definitely a challenge in exercising and pushing expression and energy through a small canvas, I'd say. The warm tones and the high contrast light look really pretty. But again, I'm not sure how much of a villain he looks like. That's, I guess, gonna be something you have to communicate to me. Does he strike you as a villain? Of villainous redraws. What makes the villain design feel truly intimidating to you? What are your OC villains' backstories? Share in the comments. And do submit more, because I'd like to try again at making characters feel more villainous. I'm personally not sold on what I did here today, but I assure you I tried my best. I do, however, like the direction I'm going in with lighting. I think I've been playing around with it recently, and I'm pretty pleased with the direction it's going. Thank you, Saturn, Inikiki5, and Zeh for sharing your amazing sinister creations with me. Making these art tutorials for you is a challenge I love. If you'd like me to draw your OC, then post them on either Instagram or TikTok, tag me in them, or use the hashtag ColorMeTruly with a capital C and a capital T. Hope that you will be featured in one of the videos, but there's only so many I can do. Really don't want to say the whole like and subscribe thing, so can you do it without me asking me, please? Yeah, do that stuff. But as always, thank you for watching. That's all I gotta say to you. Signing off, yours truly yours. See ya. And to be quite fucking honest with you, I don't like how these drawings came out. And you know what? You don't think we are the shit.